why does our society consume violence the way that it does? What does it teach us about the history of violence and its representations? During the 14th century, new martyrdom imagery appeared in the German-speaking regions, seemingly engaging with the nature of violent acts. The torment of the martyrs are taken out from all context to such a degree that we can't even identify them as saints, as most appear according to the punishments of the juridical systems. Another curious thing is that now all parts of the body are under attack. Splitting skulls, enucleating eyes, yanking teeth, ripping out nails, boiling alive, cutting off breast and other such dreadful mutilation never previously represented. Why this? Why now? Before the 13th century, violence was not understood as something physical or negative. Denying God or the afterlife from someone, that was a violent act. Injuring someone's body meant healing or saving his soul. By the 14th century, however, body and soul started to enjoy the same status, and as such, images of physical violence were experienced as something violent. Moreover, it was during this period that the body became the private property of the individual. Before then, it had belonged to the church and was therefore to be at the service of society. The moment something is private, there are boundaries, and legal issues arises as to what extent one may harm the body of another. This is philologically illustrated by the very fact that the word for violent, Gewalt, was only coined during this period. Until then, violence simply meant power or dominion, but now it had become what we understand as negative physical violence. My findings are actually counterintuitive. Rather than having a deconstructive effect on the individual, violent imagery appeared to have been a constructive element, one that negated violent behavior and began to shape the modern self. We can therefore perceive the new discourse on violence and bodily integrity as a watershed of early modern individuality. This suggests that 14th century visualization of violence, like all kinds of visualizations, changed and shaped the world as art still does.